Well, I had to get away and leave it all behind me in a camper someone probably cooked meth with in the 90s. I opened up the door and stepped inside, and it smelled like an elderly couple had died. So I built myself a traveling studio. I packed up my dog and hit the rodeo to come play for you wherever you'll let us. But you better be up to date on your tetanus. Welcome to the Happy Camper Show.
I didn't breathe.
One.
Hey,
What's up, y'all?
What's going on?
This is so
Hey,
exciting.
Tracy Adams. Look at that.
What's up, Bob? Steve Leaf. Yes.
Chucky,
I
Jen.
hope we got the Leafs out there in Boston way checking this out. Well, welcome. Welcome. So welcome to the first really real episode of the Happy Camper Show. We did one a couple of weeks ago that was kind of a trial to see how it went, and now we're going to do this every week. So this is technically our first episode up top, Jenny. So we thought maybe we'd start things off with an yeah, busy, right on, dude. What's up, Beavis? Oh, we got
my
a
God,
Beavis in the
Beavis
house.
is
That's so
around.
exciting. And Chuck, sweet.
Yay.
Oh, I'm so glad you guys are here. All right. Well, once upon a time, I fell in love with a girl, so I wrote a song about her. We thought we'd start with this one. This is called For Vanessa, if I can remember how to play. I took your smile and I wrote it down. I translate all your eyes could whisper, sweet and soft and sultry sound. I was hoping you might stick around and show me I need not let go of every good thing that I ever found. There are secrets in the trees, the stonework of 100 years tucked away beneath the moss and leaves. Well, and nothing stays the same, my friend. And kingdoms of a yesteryear fall, never to be seen again. Well, I know that I can keep you warm, babe, and I got nothing to hide. Stay while you can, I won't blame you when it all begins to unravel. And I want to believe that the best days aren't over. When I see your hair caught in the breeze, we'll be dancing as we get older. You show me love. You show me love is not a lie. Oh, this time. We are woven in this tapestry, so twist yourself abreast with me or just remain a mystery, 'cause a single thread might wisp away now, but 1,000 woven tightly will keep you warm on a cold November day. Well, I know that I can keep you warm, babe. I got nothing to hide. Stay while you can, I won't blame you when it all begins to unravel. 'Cause I want to believe that the best days aren't over. No, when I see your hair caught in the breeze, we'll be dancing as we get older. You show me love. You show me love is not a lie. This time. Oh, you guys.
Well, hey to Albert and my mom out there.
No way.
And-
Albert Joy, right on, you guys.
And Marianne and Jay and Lindsay, Cozy, Rachel. Oh my God, it's everyone we love. Chris Winzicki.
Oh, Chris, we got to talk about our toilet paper
Ashley.
management. I'm thinking maybe me and you, Chris, we're going to do a show about toilet paper conservation. This is a guy we've discussed our wiping techniques at length because we're both surrounded by women that just love to use all the toilet paper.
I do. I have a toilet paper using problem.
You
I
are
won't deny it.
a consumer
I am.
when it comes to toilet paper. Ashley Larson, good to hear from you.
Lorna.
Oh, Lorna.
Linda.
And Nikki. Nikki, you're like 2 minutes away. Why don't you just bring those cute little buns on down here so we can hang out together?
I agree.
Oh, that's right, socially distant. I do have a gas mask left over from the Army days. Well, I'm sure you guys have heard the news. Of course, everybody's talking about it. The great John Prine has passed. So from our last show when he was sick and we were trying to send him some good vibes, so, apparently sending thoughts and prayers it doesn't always amount to much. I know that's not a popular opinion. And another thing, I always sort of, every time a great musician dies, it's like an automatic expectation that you're either going to cover some of their songs or go, I never really got into him, which is, I think the subtext there is, fuck that guy. I never liked him in the first place.
That's what I like.
Anyway, John's gone. Johnny P, as if we ever met him or knew him. But we do love his songs, and we feel we've gotten to know him through the listening and playing of his wonderful, wonderful songwriting. So there's a couple tunes we're going to play tonight, but I want to start out with this one. This one takes me back to the days when I was working as a carpenter, and he released an album called Fair and Square. Oh, the glory of true love. Well, it's a wild and precious thing. Well, it don't grow on old magnolias or only blossom in the spring. No, the glory of true love is it will last your whole life through. Never will go out of fashion and always will look good on you. You can climb the highest mountain and touch the moon and stars above, but old faithful's just a fountain compared to the glory of true love. Well, long before I met you, darling, oh, I thought I had it all. I could have my lunch in London and my dinner in St. Paul. I got some friends in Albuquerque where the governor calls me Gov. But you can't give them all the goodwill compared to the glory of true love. And you can climb the highest mountain and touch the moon and stars above, but old faithful's just a fountain compared to the glory of true love. Well, glory, 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 glory. You can never get enough. And time alone will tell the story of the glory of true love.
Oh, we have some people to say hi to. Hi, Jane. Hi, Anna. We had Alyssa in there.
This is freaking me out. I
Susan.
feel like every time this happens, it just sends me into a frenzy of of missing people and
I
nostalgia.
know.
Jamie Sears, now she's married to Timmy Sears, who's the guy I
Oh.
was swinging a hammer with when that song came out.
Oh, cool.
I love that you were there for it, Jamie. I don't know if Timmy's around,
Hey,
but
Haley.
I miss you guys. I hope you're well. And Haley Broderick. Haley, we got a special present for you. I hope you're going to sit around and watch the
Jessica.
whole show.
Alex
Jess.
is here this time.
Yes. Oh, yeah. So I
And
call
Sean.
Alex my refugee because he's kind of like a refugee and a brother.
Okay.
And he calls me Brunkle, which is starting to stick. That's a brother that's also like an uncle. I'm not sure what the implications are there. And it changes from state to state, let me tell you. What's up, Kaz? It's good to see you guys. Oh, and Emma, I got to tell you something. Those plaques that you made, what is that, embroidery, some kind of cross
It's
stitch
like
or something?
no, it's a print.
It's a print. Emma, do me a favor and post a link to your, I think she's got a,
Top-notch decor. Yeah,
Top-notch
because a lot
decor,
of
yes.
people have been asking for them.
oh man, those things are going to sell like hotcakes on the day old rack.
That's funny.
You're the hotcakes, I'm the day old. You know what I'm saying? Well, cheers, you guys. Thanks for joining us. Those of you that are here. Jenny, where is your cocktail? What are you doing with your life?
Cocktailless.
Okay, well, we got to change that. I did, last night when I was dicking around in here, I stole your apricots.
Yeah. Should we do a shot with Griffin?
Oh, yeah, we promised Griffin a shot. Listen, none of this would be possible if there wasn't a man behind the curtain who literally is spending his entire life during the corona pandemic behind this fucking curtain. Sleeping minimal hours of a day, streaming shows 6 days a week, I think. Griffin Bach, you are our MVP. You're amazing.
Yes.
None of this would be possible without you and Josh Larson and Gigabit, which is where all of this is happening. So here's to you. Thanks, brother.
Cheers. Thank you.
And a weird thing about the corona era, too, is that Griffin and I had never met in person.
Isn't that weird? It feels like you're like best friends already.
I know. It's freaking me out. Stay in school, kids.
This is how people must have online relationships.
Well, I mean, I never thought I was gay, but maybe I'm 40, so maybe I'll do the last half gay. Who knows?
Hey, Chris.
What's next on the list, Jenny?
What's next is the truth.
Oh, Ricky and Chris, the gizzard.
Mary.
Mary Alberti. Man, all you guys. Yes, cheers and cheers and cheers, and I love it. Okay. We should probably play a song. This is a tune which, for those of you who did catch the last one of the things I'm loving about this, Jenny wrote a set list, which is hard to come by to get her to pick anything. And she wrote this set list, too. And one thing I love about it is that this is a very skeptical song about what happens when you're a romantic, which I think follows all of that happy horse shit that we just played perfectly. Yeah, this is a tune by Amos Lee.
Who it is?
Oh, here comes Ray Ray. Well, my woman, she showed up with your number on her hand. I thought that I might call you up so we could deal with this man to man. You better tell me the truth, say. So I showed up at the barroom, walking slow and acting strong. I said, my friend, I'll give you one last chance to admit you've done me wrong. You better tell me the truth, sir. So they got me here in the county with his blood still on my fist. The boys in blue, they don't play no games. All the sheriff said to me was this: better tell me the truth, sir. You better tell me the truth, sir. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So they got me here in the lockdown for a crime that I did commit. For my last call, I called the number on my girl's hand to remind her not to forget. You should have told me the truth, sir. Made me beat it out of you. You should have told me the truth, sir. Made me beat it out of you. Should have told me the truth, sir. Made me beat it out of you. You made me beat it out of you. You made me beat it. You made me beat it. You made me beat it. Made me beat it out of you. Oh, man. Well.
Oh, it says that I'm behind Facebook comments.
Well, I mean,
Should I move
what does
away?
that mean?
Remember
Oh,
Griffin said?
right. So, no, let's just shift the camera that way. So, like, point a little bit. Don't touch the camera. You got to touch the base. There you go. Perfect. That's good. I hope. And then maybe you scooch on over here. I know I smell funny. I took a shower today, but that's never a guaranteed situation.
That better,
'cause,
Susan?
as we all know, Tony Lee Thomas doesn't wash off. Oh, Nikki. It's good to see you in there. JB. Oh, Lorna. Lorna, I didn't even know you're into Ani. I love that you're into Ani.
We sang Ani with her on Nantucket for Laura's birthday.
Oh, Maria got their birthday
Maria.
coming up tomorrow, baby. Are we going to talk? Are we going to get naked? Let's do like, I don't know. What do you call that? All you kids today and your crazy devices. I don't know what's happening. Well, Jenny, what's next? Oh, yes, you're up. Okay, you guys, you're in for a special treat. Now, here's the thing. Jenny Porter has been working diligently all year to release her first solo album, which is going to be called what?
Into the Waves.
Into the Waves. And my favorite song on the album we didn't do last week because we were kind of trying to think about a good arrangement for it. And we finally landed on what I think is the best possible arrangement, which is for Jenny Porter to give us this song, Solo.
Will you sing harmonies?
I will be singing harmonies, yes.
Okay, cool.
But I'm also going to go over there and see if I can find some goodies for you because I've been bogarting the beers.
Oh, I don't want a beer.
I'm going to pour you a glass of wine because you're classy. Look, you put a dress on and everything. You guys, don't you think Jenny Porter looks so beautiful tonight? All right, I'm getting out of the way. This is Willow Tree from Jenny, you guys, from her new album.
What can you say to an ancient willow tree? Spent a lifetime by the water, rushing constant, clean and free. 1,000 years of drinking deep and dancing in the wind. She has your words for bearing up on how the end begins. All the birds have flown away. Fireflies in the day. When leaves begin to fall and branches start to sing, she tries with all her might to keep her promise not to drink. What is it worth, the promise of a flower that hides from the day and blossoms in the midnight hour? And when the autumn air gets colder, threatening a frost, she falls down to the freezing ground to greet the beauty that she lost. She'll curse the starry sky, begging, please just give me one more perfect night. Her mother knows she can't change the moon or the sun any more than daughter can promise petals to anyone. can hold a willow in your hand longer than a single grain of sand. But the willow cannot be without the river or the air. Sand alone, a single grain survives ages without change. Mother keeps her secrets, she won't tell a lie. She's bound to watch her children survive or die. So promise to be thirsty and blossom every day, oh daughter. Every single grain of sand must wash away someday. Well, a desert or a beach, noonday light can blind your eye, or it can scorch your feet. Well, a dandelion or a peach may be bitter to the taste, or she can be so sweet. Never seen a willow weep, never seen a flower cry, but I bet you my last dollar, if they could, they'd cry all the time. Well, I just realized that yeah, that song was we wrote what, like 3 years ago maybe?
It hasn't been that long.
I think it might have been, but I mean it's gone through many transitions. It started with this really self-deprecating tune, and Tony and I kind of wrote it into this like bigger idea of accepting your limitations, because they're all beautiful, you know what I mean, and just accepting who you are. And the willow tree
My
can't
limitations
live
aren't all
without
beautiful,
the river or the air, you know? So, anyways. Back to you, Tony.
I've been watching a lot of Rick and Morty the last couple of days, and what Rick would say about that is not going to be anything good, which is what popped in my brain. But you guys, Jenny's album is coming out soon, and I'm excited about it. I hope you are too. Oh my God, look at this. So I don't think you've ever met Nikki Mulberry, but she, her daughter's name is Willow. Isn't that wonderful?
Oh my God! Oh yay! Well,
also the name of my favorite '80s movie, which was our sick day movie, Willow, starring Warwick Davis. Donnie's back.
And when I said accept your limitations, it's not looking at them like I feel like I wrote it as like I had all these limitations, but then realizing that your limitations aren't limitations; they're just who you are. You know what I mean? I guess I said that wrong.
No,
like,
that sounds perfect.
Yeah. I think I said it wrong before. But Nikki, the CD is not completely made yet. We're still working on it. We've been mixing it in this studio space right here, which is so cool. But
Kaz, I mean, you can't. Can you kidnap the willing? I don't know. I think it's sort of like rape in that way. If we want to go with you, you can't kidnap us. I mean, who's going to be the kidnapper for real?
Me.
Yeah, Jenny. Rapey Jenny.
Okay.
No, it's good. I think this is important. There aren't enough female rapists in the world. We got to balance
That's out
the
of context.
equation
My
somehow.
mother's watching this.
I know. I think my mom's watching too. My mom.
so bad.
My mom actually asked me some technical questions about how to get online today, and I was like, "Oh no, this day has finally come." If she makes a Facebook page, I'm fucked.
My mom just made one. It's terrifying. She doesn't have a picture up though. I don't know if she figured out how to do that.
Haley, I don't even know what a focuser is. I would love to help you, but you know. Aw, thanks, Rick. Yeah, it has been a while, man. Oh, there's Pete Boyd. You know what? I think just because Pete's here, we should do a shot of JMO.
And also,
Who has the Jameson?
I knocked it over.
Oh, Jesus. Jenny started early today, you guys. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? It's only a matter of time before she kicks over the camera and starts. Well,
Kidnap you.
We'll see what happens. Well, kidnap me. Yeah.
Not yet, Albert.
Oh, yeah. I love it. Albert. Is Joy really his last
Albert
name?
Joy is his name.
That is
Isn't it
so
perfect for him?
appropriate.
It's my mother's partner, and he's just like the most joyful. He literally doesn't stop dancing. He'll be eating dinner, and he's still grooving along.
Amy Jo and Albert are two of my favorite people in existence because of how sweet they are. And little did I know, once we sat down to dinner, I found out some subtext there that made it extra special.
Super Trekkie.
Yeah, we're both Trekkies.
Josh Ellison's in the game.
Oh man. Well, wherever we see a Jessie Ray, a Josh is not far behind.
Showing up with.
No, baby, it burns. All right, well, what's next here? Oh, yes. Okay, who asked me for this song? Okay, my good buddy Paul from out Orange, Massway, who played bass in one of my favorite bands, Even Speak. I want to tell you guys this story, actually, because the way we met was one of those special, unexpected things. Back in the mid-2000s somewhere, I was just kind of striking out with my first solo album. And we entered a battle of the bands called Emergenza, which was kind of a scam, to tell you the truth. You had to pay like all this money to get in it. And, you got some good shows out of it, but, nobody was going to go to Europe, like they said, and sign big contracts. But anyway, we made it to like the semifinals or something. And we're there with our crew. And we were so excited to play some songs. And then in comes this band with like a mob of maybe, I don't know, 100 fucking people. And they all had the band shirts on, Even Speak. And we were like, well, I guess we're not going to win. So much for that. So we had played our set, and then Even Speak was about to go up, and we hadn't met. And we were just looking over at these guys, and they're looking at us. And then I see JB, the singer of the band. He's kind of scrambling around. He's running around in a panic like you do when your shit's not together, which I don't mean you guys. I mean me. My shit's never together, so I know the feeling. And I overheard someone say that his guitar had been broken. I think somebody sat on it or something. And I was like, dude, here, take mine. And he looked at me like, are you serious, man? You're going to give your guitar to a competing band to play? And I was like, dude, we're here to play, so fucking take the guitar. And he did, and they played their set, and they were amazing. And I don't remember the outcome. I think they won, and we got some kind of shitty consolation prize, like free coasters or something. But we made fast friends out of it, and we did a stack of shows together in the years after that. And I think they're doing a reunion. And I got a message from Paul, who played a sick guitar, today, asking for this tune, which we coincidentally already had in the set list.
Really? I didn't know that. That's lovely.
This is a song I haven't done in a while off my first album called Baker's Dozen, right? Yeah.
Hi, Cassie.
Yeah,
hi, Jess.
that's
hi,
a
Claire.
red flag number
love
one
you
that
guys.
this is going to be a disaster. Say you jumped into the water first time, just in the nick of time. It was getting hot, yeah. Just sitting there on the sidelines. They were so mad at you. Oh, in your blasphemous ways. So you did your best, I know you did. But they never understand how they could hate you and still have a real good friend. Oh, yeah. You are a dragonfly out on the water, just living it up. You accepted every rule, yeah. As if we were all just living for ourselves. A lesson in loving Your baker's dozen, stopping at nothing and doing it well. I could just shut up and listen, then I just might find my part. But yours is the harmony. You gotta hear it, you gotta feel it with your heart. Yeah, you are a dragonfly out on the water, just living it up. There are places to rest in shadows, and if something wicked this way comes, if I can show my gratitude for all the things you do, consider it done.
Wow, Tony, your tunes are so good.
You stop it.
I love them.
You say that to all the boys.
Hi, Kimmy.
Kimmy Wendolowski in the house, everybody. We're at Camp Kimmy. She
Kimmy.
is the founder of the feast. This
Yeah.
poor girl has had to put up with our antics for the last few weeks. We got the quarantine crew in the house. How's that?
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Afraid to get involved. So we may have lost. Is she? Well, we'll see. So Donnie's my good buddy. We're gonna do some pieces in the coming weeks about the crew up here, so you guys can kind of get to know the five of us that have hunkered down up in the mountains to weather this thing out in an undisclosed location. But Cozy vocalized some concerns because she's a school teacher, and I have a wildly inappropriate sense of humor. So she may be sitting this one out just so she doesn't lose her job if and when schools ever
So
reopen.
true.
But in the meantime, here we are. Lauren, it's good to see you pop up in here. How's things out in LA? I hope everything's good. Paul and Shelly, I love you guys and I miss you dearly. Is Jesse Ray? I'm not even sure if Bronco P. Actually, will you grab the coffee mug / bong over there? I feel like Jessie Ray is going to make so many inappropriate comments here, and people are going to need to know why we love her. Yeah, okay. So right off the bat, one of my favorite things about Jessie Ray is that she originated the nickname for my buddy Donnie. I'll tell you the story. We were standing around one day all wasted and joking about chloroform. And then the question arose as to whether or not you can make chloroform at home. So
Yes,
my
this is a
buddy
true
Donnie
story.
immediately got on his phone and Googled how to make chloroform, which I found, one, very impressive on the do-it-yourselfer kind of front, but on the other front of the courage to Google that and not
Have
worry about the FBI coming to your house. Also amazing. So then, of course, weeks later, I was talking to Jessie Ray about my buddy Donnie, and she goes, "Oh, Chloroform Donnie?" So Donnie's nickname is Chloroform Donnie. This is a mug that she had made for me. That's a wonderful coffee mug, and it's also a bong. And she had inscribed on it, #1 Bronx. For those of you out there who are not familiar with the term Bronx, this all came about from one night where she was having kind of a tough time, and I saw the tough, hard ass of Jessie Ray kind of break down and show a side of vulnerability I'd never seen before, and that made me do the same thing. So she was sitting on the curb, and I sat up next to her and put my coat around her. I said, "Mom, it's going to be all right." And she looked up at me with tears in her eyes, which I loved, and said, "You're like my brother, but you're also like a creepy uncle. I'm going to call you Brunkle." And then, of course, Brunkle became Brunks. So she had inscribed on that thing, "Number 1, Brunks." Okay, so we're going to completely shift gears from talk about chloroform and rape
To the person,
to the exact opposite
to the
of
female,
that conversation.
like, empowering
Yeah.
badass of all time.
So we're both huge fans of Ani DiFranco. She's one of my all-time favorite songwriters. And we got some requests last week to do an Ani tune.
Yeah.
So we thought maybe we'd give it a shot. Let's see if I can remember it.
He said, "Ani, oh, you've gotten tough, 'cause my tone was curt. Yeah, when I'm approaching a dark alley, I don't lift my skirt in this city. Self-preservation is a full-time occupation. I'm determined to survive on this shore. You know I won't avert my eyes anymore. In a man's world I am a woman by birth, and after 19 times around I have found they will stop at nothing once they know what you are worth. Talk to me now. I've played the powerless in too many dark scenes, and I was blessed with a birth and a death. You know, I guess I just want some say in between. Don't you understand? In the day-to-day and the face-to-face, I have to act just as strong as I can, just to preserve a place where I can be who I am. Talk to me now. Well, if you still know how, you can talk to me now. If you still know how, you can talk to me now. If you don't know how, you can talk to me now. Oh, if you, whoa, whoa. He said, oh, you've gotten tough, 'cause my tone was curt. Yeah, and when I'm approaching a dark alley, I don't lift my skirt in this city. Self-preservation is a full-time occupation. I'm determined to survive on the shore. You know I don't avert my eyes anymore. In a man's world I am a woman by birth, and after 19 times around I have found they will stop at nothing once they know what you are worth. Talk to me now.
Well, I'm your only friend, I'm not your only friend, I'm just a little glowing friend, but really I'm not actually your friend, but I am. Blue canary in the outlet by the light switch, who watches over you, Make a little birdhouse in your soul, not to put too fine a point on it. Say I'm the only bee in your bonnet. Make a little birdhouse in your soul. Well, I have a secret to tell from my electrical well. It's a simple message and I'm leaving out the whistles and bells. So the room must listen to me, filibuster vigilantly. My name is Blue Canary, one note spelled L-I-T-E. My story's infinite, like a launch it's infinite, it doesn't rest. Blue Canary in the outlet by the light switch, who watches over you. Make a little birdhouse in your soul, not to put too fine a point on it. Say I'm the only bee in your bonnet. Make a little birdhouse in your soul. Your only friend, I'm not your only friend. I'm just a little glowing friend, but really I'm not actually a friend, but I am. There's a picture opposite me of my primitive ancestry that stood on rocky shores and kept the beaches shipwreck free. Though I respect that a lot, I'd be fired if that were my job. After killing Jason off and countless screaming Argonauts, bluebird of friendliness, like guardian angels, it's always near. Blue Canary in the outlet by the light switch, who watches over you. Make a little birdhouse in your soul, not to put too fine a point on it. Say I'm the only bee in your bonnet. Make a little birdhouse in your soul.
And while you're at it, keep the nightlight on inside the birdhouse in your soul.
And not to put too fine a point on it. Say I'm the only bee in your bonnet. Make a little birdhouse in your soul. Oh, it's the birdhouse. A little tune we learned some years ago. I think that we figured that one out on the way to Ohio.
Yes, on the way for Chris Wenzicki's 30th.
So listen, we got some friends out there that are really slumming it these days, right? Our friends Chris and Laura Cunningham there. They've got it really tough, you know. They could only have 2 weddings. One in Ohio, somewhat outside of Cleveland, and the other one in Ireland. And after the Cleveland one, Laura, in a blackout fit of debauchery, decided that the right move was for us to all go to a strip club. And somebody dialed in a strip club. I think they just did a search and said near a strip club, and we got there, and it was me and a bunch of white people in an all-black strip club. Where Laura was making it rain $1 bills for the $20 she had to make it rain with, calling every stripper she could lay eyes on Rihanna. That's how that went. Anyway, that's where that song came from, was that trip. Awkward moment for all of us, let me tell you. But in different ways. And thereby we celebrate our differences. And now for something completely different. How about another Jenny Porter song? Is anybody opposed to that? Yes. It was Chris's 30th? Oh, was that what it was?
Yeah.
I thought it was another one.
No, it was Chris's
They already
30th.
did okay, it was Chris's 30th.
Come on, Tony. Get all
Look,
these stories. We've been with this
it's hard
group
to
has
keep
been
this shit
traveling around the country and world
Lorna,
together.
Lorna,
it's hard
thank
to
you
keep
for-
the story straight.
Thank you for fact-checking that one, yeah. It was Chris's 30th birthday, not a wedding, and the strip club did happen. Okay. So I'm going to try to play bass on this, but I guarantee nothing.
Do you have a pick, my friend?
I mean, you know, how much is it worth to you? All right, wait a second. I got to move this shit.
I'm taking down Johnny Cash bags.
Yeah, fuck. Wait, no.
No, I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to.
That's it. I'm out of here. This show is a scam. Can I go put this here? Yeah, we got the whole quarantine crew. Hi, Cozy. I'm so glad you decided to risk your job to come hang out with us. All right, here. Oh, this is gonna be a trick. Okay, let me see what I can do.
Do you need me to move over? I'll go into the
No,
I'll
you
go
stay-
into the
you stay
things.
right where you're
How
at.
about I do a little side
You
turn?
stay right where you're at. You keep a song in your heart.
I can do a little thing like this.
Are you gonna sideswipe it?
Yeah. And I'll sing sideways like I know how to play guitar. This is gonna be fun.
I feel like there was like a transformer called Sidewire.
Well, I love when Tony gets on the bass. It's so fun. Should we do the acapella beginning?
Yes.
Yeah, we should definitely do that. Well, this tune is going to be on the new album. This is a little love song that I wrote. It's kind of about the idea of it's called Horizon because I feel like the story's about like kind of chasing a romantic relationship that will not happen. But as the more you chase it, the further and further the horizon goes because it's just the horizon. You get it, Kimmy. Kimmy's looking at me like I have 10 heads. That's default face.
Resting bitch face.
Kimmy has a resting bitch face. But anyways, this is yeah. Are we in tune?
Yeah.
Well, in my hometown, I heard your voice moving through the trees like a breeze, chasing your guitar, captivated by the drama of their chase. I stare the way I stare into a campfire. You sang a song that I knew well, and from the first time we harmonized, I heard the secret whisper of the orange in the hazel of your eyes. But every fire's dance must end, like the heat their embers tend, until the pitch of night fades to black. Where you went I couldn't see when you got up to leave, and now waiting and wishing you'll come back. Can't catch my breath, I've worn holes in all the soles of all my shoes, and I still see you in every horizon. It's just an imaginary line that gets further and further away. Faster and faster I chase. We were sitting on a rainbow when we took the ferry to Block Island to sing at the Surf Hotel. We sang the country of John Prine and Iris Demented that spite in ourselves. You told me that you hated the water, but under the stars we waited in the tide. When I tackled you into the wave, kissed you, you didn't seem to mind. Yeah, but the tide went out again with the ocean symphony, taking me back to my solo melody. But my heart never truly left the island free. It's still waiting, for harmony. Yeah, well, I won't stop. I can't catch my breath. I've worn holes in all the soles of all my shoes, and I still see you in every horizon. It's just imaginary line that gets further and further away. Faster and faster I chase away. Oh, thanks, guys.
Oh, that's the one you clap for? All right, let's see how it is.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah.
I don't think they've heard that. Well, they probably have heard that one. Donnie's heard it once. Donnie's. Oh, actually, you came. That was when I first wrote it. Oh, Jesse Ray. It's like Jesse Ray, someone else. Jesse Ray, or someone else. Jen Sweet, thank you. Aw.
Jen Sweet.
Jen Sweet is coming in, so she messages me and she goes, "Oh, that was so special. Thank you guys so much." And then she goes, "How much is a bottle of Jameson? Because I'm just gonna send that to you so you guys can get drunk on my account," which was so sweet, Jen.
I'll tell you what, you grab the JMO.
Thanks, guys.
I'll take one cord and we'll do a shot. Celebrate your amazing song. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Now we've got some challenges on the horizon here. On the horizon.
Oh, on the horizon. Ba-dum, ba-dum, I did laugh at your joke.
You guys saw that, right? She's so aggressive.
No,
I'm abused.
it's actually true. Mostly
You look
emotional abuse.
Unconvinced.
Emotional abuse.
Are you shaking your head because you don't agree with the abuse that I receive or because you think I'm full of shit? Damn it.
I think that you're basically. I think that. Never mind. I'm making myself look bad, but I feel like you're like my therapist and my friend.
Oh, lucky me.
That's not abuse, Cozy says. All right.
It's true. At least
I need a new
it
therapist.
would be
it's
true
not
if I
working.
were paid for my services.
You are. You're paid in friendship and smiles.
Hey, Crystal. Mikey Lou. Oh, Mikey Lou came back. Brian Minlin. All right, let's talk about my friend Brian. Brian, it's so good to see you pop up in here. Brian's down in New York City, but when I was a little kid, I grew up next door to a brick house that was owned by Esther and Irving. And they had some handsome sons, one of whom, his name is Brian Minlin. He's a very talented singer and songwriter in New York City. Please check out some of his music, Brian Minlin, Mindlin. You can find him on SoundCloud, and I love his songs. But I also love his person because he used to scare the fuck out of us when we were kids. Jenny,
Really?
you didn't have police in your little one-horse town you grew up in Vermont, but in Pittsfield, Massachusetts, the struggle between people like me and Donnie and the cops is a real deal. So every once in a while, we're being kids, we're fucking around, we're milling around out in the yard, and like, he would be watching us from the window while he was playing with his musical instruments. And then, inevitably he would pick a time when we were totally unsuspecting, and he would go, "Hey, I'm calling the police." And we'd all go, "Ah!" and run away screaming. It was my favorite thing about growing up, and then we would deliberately mess with him, that poor guy. Anyway, Brian, thank you for being such a sweetheart. Eventually, of course, we got a little older, and I think when I was like 10 or 11, he brought me down to see my first recording studio in New York City. Took me to Tower Records, where I bought, with my $10, MC Hammer's cassette tape, Please Hammer, Don't Hurt 'Em. It was a big moment. It was a big day. And, of course, a week later, my sister stole it and hid it in her underwear drawer, which I didn't find for 10 years. But that's a story for another time. Here, Jenny, let's, all right, so, Brian, it's good to see you. That's all I'm trying to say. Oh, he's calling the police. It still did it. I got, look at this. I got
Chicken or
goosebumps.
beef?
All you had to do was type it. All right, Pete, I like your request. So here's the story. We have a couple more songs that we planned in our set list that we're going to do. And then the last however long of our show, we're going to open it up to all of your requests. And we'll try and play as many of the songs that we could. Well, Brian, you can question my musical taste all you want, but you were a big part of that. So if question me and you question yourself, this poor guy has more impact on people than he realizes. When he influenced me heavily as a child. Anyway, so this next two songs, we didn't practice.
No, we didn't.
And it's going to be readily apparent, but...
This is one of my favorite Indigo Girls tunes.
Oh man, this is gonna be a disaster. I can feel it already.
I have faith in us. It's gonna be fun either way. We talked up all night, still came to no conclusion. We started a fight that ended in silent confusion. And as we sat stuck, we could hear the trash truck making its way through the neighborhood, picking up the thrown out, dipping from house to house. We get to decide what we think is no good. We're sculpted from youth. The chipping away makes me weary. Yeah, as for the truth, it seems like we just pick a theory, the one that justifies our daily lives and backs us with quivering arrows to protect openings when the warring begins. How quickly the wide open narrows into the smallness of our deconstruction of love. We thought it was changing, but it never was. Just the same as it ever was. A family of foxes came to my yard and dug in. So I looked in a book to see what this could possibly mean. Yeah, 'cause there's fate in the breeze, signs in the trees, impossible tragic events. When the forces collide and the damage strewn wide and holes blasted straight through the fence. Oh, the sky starts to crash, the rain on the roof starts to dumb in. And later like cash, you'll take on my list of shortcomings. Now the show starts to close. I know how this goes. The plots are predictable, showing. Oh, and though it seems grand, we're just one speck of sand. And back to the hourglass we're going, back to the smallness of our deconstruction of love. We thought it was changing, but it never was. We're still in the smallness of our deconstruction of love. Thought it was changing, but it never was. Just our deconstruction of love. Our deconstruction of love.
That might be my favorite Indigo Girls
It's
song.
my favorite Indigo Girls tune. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, every song is my favorite Indigo Girls tune, but that's definitely on the top 5.
Yeah, you make all the noise
you
you
can
want.
do what you want.
The more the merrier. I don't know if you guys out there have... Don't say something like that. She can hear it because that'll just make her feel emboldened.
Yes.
Oh, shit. Ray, did you hear that? So, look, you know, I don't know how many of you out there have jobs where you have sort of, you know, I don't want to say idols, but let's just say, you know, people whose skill in your trade you admire, right? So for us as musicians, our idols, the people who we admire, you know, they've always been sort of these influences that are somewhat immaterial. And only recently did I start to consider the possibility of what one might do were one of these artists to walk in mid-performance and hear us playing their own song. You know what I mean? This came about. So this line of thinking came about because you know how there's like fake famous people that are trying to scam you out of, like, you know, they'll ask you for a couple of bucks. I didn't know that was going on. I'm just catching up to all this stuff, right?
I didn't know that was happening.
So I don't even know how to do Instagram yet, but I'm working on it. And one of my all-time favorite artists is Bruce Hornsby. And all of a sudden, boop, boop, there's Bruce Hornsby is now following you. And I was like,
Really?
no fucking way. I've loved him my whole life. I've thought of what I would say if I ever got to meet him. And, you know, he pops in and he says, hi. And I'm like, I'm like sitting in my truck doing this. I'm like so terrified. I'm like, what do I type? What do I type? And then finally I was just like, okay, we got to say something or we're going to lose him. And I got in there and I was like, oh, well, you know, Mr. Hornsby, I've thought a long time what I would ever say if I ever got to meet you. And I just want to say, you know, you've been a huge influence on my work and all this ridiculous drivel. And then he goes, so I want to ask you a favor as a fan. And I was like, Mr. Hornsby, anything. And he goes, can you send me $100? And then I knew it was a scam. I know. It was like a dagger.
I'm so sorry for you. It's like if Amy Ray wanted to hang out talk to me.
So all I was saying is like, man, now that this is all digital shit, you know, who knows who's clicking anywhere. And Emily Saliers and Amy Ray, if you heard my ridiculous contribution on that song, I apologize from the bottom of my heart and know that I love your music. Anyway, okay. So, shall we play another song? Oh, yeah, okay, here's one more possible disaster. This is a song I wrote last fall with my buddy Alex Shire. Alex, I don't know if you're still watching, but if you are, know that I love you and I miss you. And this was a tune that we started putting together last year with the hopes of doing an album release, and I think we still will. I think we called this one Who I Am, Alex.
Yeah, it's a really beautiful song. When I was trying to learn it the other day, I couldn't stop crying. It wasn't until like the 5th time through that I finally stopped crying to learn the words. It's beautiful. Alex, I hope I do your part justice.
What is this feeling? Some parts of laughter, some parts tears. I've been buried alive for the last few years. It's funny when you're in the darkness down there, scratching at the coffin that you made, but you don't dare breathe. Why can't I just breathe? Why can't you just breathe? Then you come up for air. Dug my way down underground, till I was safe and insulated from that grating sound. Say it loud in my face, send it digital. Say I'm a loser, say I'm wasted, say I'm criminal. You can't tell me who I am. Gonna hold my ground right where I stand. No one can tell me who I am.
Two roads crossing through this town. Which do I take? I'm out of place at this pace that I'm moving in my wheels. They begin to shake. People are gonna do what they do. They do anything to get through, and I feel like a fool too. Like I have so much to protect, carrying the weight of the world around my neck. But you can't tell me who I am. Gonna hold my ground right where I stand. You can't tell me who I am. Gonna hold my ground right where I stand. No one can tell me who I am when you're putting on a face, like you're putting on clothes,
like you're running on a treadmill from danger.
then you catch a short glimpse
of your crutches and your limp.
in your own faces, looking like a stranger.
Just breathe. You gotta breathe.
Take a minute to
You gotta
breathe.
breathe. You can't tell me who I am. I'm gonna hold my ground right where I stand. You can't tell me who I am. Gonna hold my ground right where I stand. No one can tell me who I am.
Yay, it's beautiful. Can I make a quick comment? So
Yeah, what's
Jennifer Yolnick just chimed in, and I went to this all-girls boarding school in high school, and that was my house parent.
She's from Emma?
Yeah, she was my house parent at Emma for 2 years out of the 4. And she was my absolute, she was probably one of the first heroes I ever had outside of my family, you know? And she inspired me. She still inspires me. She's
Jennifer
one
Yu.
Of, she's one of the coolest people I've ever met. And she's
Jennifer
just
Yu,
so
find
much
me
love.
on Facebook. I want all the dirt on Jenny Porter's teenage years. Send me
was
photos,
very
send
bossy.
me stories. I want all
I
of
was
it.
very bossy and
Oh, Lisa Landry style.
yeah, I was
Do you guys know about Jenny's alter ego, Lisa Landry? No. All right, I'm going to save that story for another time. You know, I saw Tiffany in there. Tiffany, I miss you. It's good to see your name pop up. I know, Laura, she is an absolute babe. She never believes me when I fucking tell her, so. All right, well, we're almost to the bottom of our planned programming here, and then it's request time. So if you guys have some songs you want to hear, let us know, because we got a little time to kill. But before we get there,
Thanks, Jen.
what happens at Emma stays at Emma. Guess what? It hasn't all stayed at Emma. All right. I've heard some creepy stories. But I was a boarding school kid, too, and I know what goes on there. I mean, you know, probably the fellas, we did far worse than you guys did.
I don't know.
Like, it's like that old saying, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. We know what happened in Vegas. You got drunk and danced with your girlfriends, you know. It's like when guys, you know, me and Donnie, come on, Donnie, when we talk about women, that's one thing, right? And women will be like, well, but we talk about guys too. There is such a huge difference there. It's the difference between shooting a bullet and throwing it. Anyway. Jesus Christ. Fucking Jesse's like trying really hard to fuck me up here. Anyway, this song was requested last week, and it's requested by Haley Broderick specifically every time I ever play anywhere, and I very rarely ever play it for her. So, Haley, my friendly fellow outcast, this one is for you.
This is one of Tony's originals.
We are born free, and yet we're everywhere in chains. That was written by an old hand a long time ago. And maybe he was onto something, I don't know. Well, I wake up in the morning and knowing that I want to sleep. Still I know that I owe all of my time to someone who bought it cheap. And there's an owing tree called society, and it governs me. And I owe you and you owe me. I want to shrug it off like all the lies that I've been told, and plant the seed of another tree and watch it grow. Now, take me back somehow. Set your worries down and yourself in the sound. We need not speak, that our thoughts might be made clear, 'cause no one really listens unless they wanna hear. Everyone's got their distractions, and everybody's got their pain. But if you find another mind that pays attention, you might have never needed to explain. And we walk through the petting zoo of the false and true, and my aqua blue might be green to you. But if you search hard enough in someone else, you might find you're staring right back at yourself. Be here now. Take me back somehow. Say your worries down and lose yourself in the sound. Be here now. Take me back somehow. Set your worries down and lose yourself in the sound. Haley, I love you. We've come a long way, young lady. So this is the last song of our planned set list, and then we'll start trying to tackle some of these outrageous requests. Jesse Ray, you should just keep the caps lock key down on your keyboard, because even when we're in person, nobody's getting a word in edgewise, so it's kind of like you're always yelling.
It is true. It's like her conversation on this is like her spoken thing.
If we had to vote on most likely to get blocked from Gigabit, I think it's going to be Jesse Ray.
So Sally Joe just said her eldest son, Lori, who he met in London, age 7.
Oh my God, I love it.
Oh, that's not his name, Lori. I read that wrong. It's I-O-R-E.
Yori, yeah,
Yori.
Yori.
Excuse me. I can't read from far away.
So you guys, they're down in D.C. I want to give a special shout out to Sally Joe and Maxine. And the kids up way past their bedtime. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Save the flavor, because it doesn't happen very often. But for those of you wondering, Sally Joe is our wonderful journalist who captured a little piece about what's happening with music in the corona pandemic, and she was kind enough to interview me on that topic.
Yeah.
So Sally Joe, a huge thank you for having me for that thing. And like I said via message, I owe you dinner when next I'm in D.C.
Abby McCosker, I love you. I love you. Stacy Dodd. Oh my God, this is so exciting. Sorry, I had to freak out for a minute.
No, I'm with you. There's like too much going on here.
Stacy Dodd is my other house parent from Emma, just to give history. And Abby McCosker, McGogs, is my one of my favorite humans alive. Anyways, continue.
All right, well, if I may. So this is the last tune we're going to do here on our set list, and we really wanted to do this as a special shout out and a farewell to one of our favorite songwriters, John Prine, who had such a lovely sense of humor. He was one of my favorite comedians, as much as he was a storyteller and a songwriter. And when I think about what makes me panic and what makes me anxious, for those of you who don't know me, it's water. I don't like swimming. I don't like being on boats. I prefer not to shower, which is why living in the woods is really suiting my taste. But this is a song John Prine wrote about a tragic story, which is a true story, by the way. And in it, a family meets a somewhat unfortunate end. But as they know, they are condemned and on their way to their inevitable demise. They sort of, settle into it together. So I want to present this not only as a message to let John, wherever he is, know how much and how loved he is, but also to the rest of y'all. And if you're worried about what's going on, I don't blame you. But we're all in this shit together. So when we get to the chorus, I want you to think about that idea. And if we gotta go down, let's go down with style and dignity together. Well, here's a story about a man and his family and a big trip that they took. I heard all about it in a restaurant and I read it in a history book. Well, they rented a car at the Erie Canal, but the car didn't have no brakes. Said, modify, my God, this car is gonna fall into the bottomless lake. What you know about that, Jenny?
Well, Mama turned to Papa with a pale face. She said I'd done something horribly wrong. I left the water running in the bathtub, and I think I left the kitchen light on. Well, they heard a crash and the car went splashing. The compass rolled around and around. Oh, for heaven's sakes, they fell in a lake, and I think they're all gonna drown.
And we are falling down, down to the bottom of a hole in the ground. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. I'm so scared I can hardly breathe. I may never see my sweetheart again. Well, there was plenty of food in the back seat, and the windows was rolled up tight. So we all nibbled on a chicken leg and told stories awake through the night. Well, Donnie told one that he told before, and Kimmy got a belly ache. Said, modify, my God, this car is falling down a bottomless lake. And we are falling down, down to the bottom of a hole in the ground. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. I'm so scared I can hardly breathe. I may never see my sweetheart again.
Papa played some music on the radio, and Mama rocked the baby to sleep. She said I would have taken the other road, but I didn't think the lake was that deep. So they rented a car at the Erie Canal, but the car didn't have no brakes. Said, modify, my God, this car is falling down the bottomless lake.
And we are falling down, down to the bottom of a hole in the ground. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. I'm so scared I can hardly breathe. I may never see my sweetheart again. Now, I heard John Prine explain it this way, which is that every story has a moral to the story. And you can do a moral to the story in one of two ways. You can have a really clever and funny ending. And if you don't have one of those, then you got to do the one that the kids hate, the one my buddy Donnie hates. It's the moral to the story. So, here's the moral to the story. Donnie, if you ever go out on a big trip, you better be careful out there. Start everything on your good foot. And wear clean underwear. Yeah, take along a cozy in the backseat. She's gonna tell you just what to do. When you get stuck in a lake, you probably deserve it, and I deserve it too. We are falling down, down to the bottom of a hole in the ground. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. I'm so scared I can hardly breathe. I may never see my sweetheart again. Yeah, I'm so scared I can hardly breathe. I'll never see my sweetheart again. I'm so scared I can hardly breathe. I may never see my sweetheart again. That's that one. Oh, you guys.
I think that's the last of our planned
Jeff King, I
set
couldn't
list.
agree with you more. We are here for a good time, not a long time. Well said, my friend. Cheers to you. No, she's trying
She
to
wants to-
browbeat us into singing one of my songs.
Jesse and I agree. It's both of our favorite songs.
I'll tell
that
you what, I'll
wrote.
do it for a shot of Jameson.
Oh, I can handle that.
While you're grabbing that.
Fall over.
I think Jessie Ray is a titty twister. She's just one of those things that you kind of like it, but you don't want to admit it publicly.
I have no idea. Do you want some Jameson?
Do you really want to talk about that? You guys, I have a feeling through the course of this show, we're going to get very personal. You're going to get to know us on levels that you wish you never got to know us.
This is where it's going to get fucking fun.
That's right.
I
That's
can
right.
say that, right?
You can say whatever you want. Donnie, we're going to play whatever we want. So you should say whatever we want. That's a slogan I learned out in Michigan with my friends from Big and Bigger. Yeah. Dude, they're shooting in. All right, yes. Well, I'm going to, Jameson, I'm with you. We're going to go ahead and do that shot. Cheers, you guys. Thank you
Claudine.
for joining us.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out.
And thank you for the Griffin and Josh, you guys, for
Seriously.
doing this.
This is so wonderful.
I don't have the poetry of language to express.
If you guys didn't see the intro of this, Tony
Oh my
last
God.
night in the
So much
camper,
fun.
he wrote, I should say, a
theme song, I
theme
think
song.
they
That
call
is
it.
the word I'm looking for. A theme song to the Happy Camper Show, and it was so fun and so funny. And then Griffin made this graphic of it, and it's brilliant. So if you didn't catch that, go to the beginning of the stream and check it out. It's pretty great.
I have to admit, Griffin's animation for that thing made me feel like I finally got to be in an 8-bit video game, just like I've always wanted to be. I don't know if you guys remember, there was a cartoon show in the 80s where a kid is playing Nintendo and he gets sucked into the game through the TV, and then he's in there like adventuring.
Travi.
I forget what it was called. I'm going to look that up because we can find everything on YouTube now.
I'm going to throw this out there because I know he's listening, but Griffin, you got to come up here and party with us in the woods. When this shit's done.
Donnie, say that into the microphone.
Griffin, when all this is over, you got to come up here and party with us in the woods, man. I need to meet you.
That's straight from my buddy Donnie, who hates everybody, Griff. So if
True.
you heard that, know that that's saying something.
You can almost see him. He's popping in the screen.
I'm getting there, ain't
Well, I'm going to go ahead and play this one for my niester. If you were here earlier, you heard me explain the nature of her nickname for me, Brunkle. I call her my niester. And oddly, awash in a sea of 80s songs and the general drunken stupor that is her life, somehow she actually heard this song. And anyway, this is a song I wrote. For all the men and women I served with. And these days we're dedicating it to all of our healthcare professionals that are out there risking their lives and their health to help us get through this pandemic. There's a passageway up in my brain that no one knows about. I walk through to come see you when I'm feeling down and out. Your smile is like the sun to me through the mist of Monterey. Monterey, California. Those were the days Twice you went to war, and you twice came back alive. Twice I found I haven't had the guts to tell you why. I think about you all the time, wishing you were mine. Well, surely you're the bravest. Just let me be your 9. Oh, when you ride out, notwithstanding glory and danger, like I'll show you that my aim is true. I'll never leave your side. So I close my mouth and listen, 'cause I've been saving ammunition. Nouns, adverbs, and prepositions, they're all I ever had to reach your heart. Well, I thought that I had courage. I just had nothing left to lose. And I see you and I don't know what to say or what to do. My silver tongue turns to stone and I must seem the fool. As for what I've learned of love, well, it's a desert if you think how 10 years can evaporate just as fast as you can blink. And every day without you is a mile without a drink. Well, surely you're the bravest. Just let me be your 9 when you ride out, notwithstanding glory and danger, like I'll show you that my aim is true. I'll never leave your side. So I'll tell anyone who listen, and I've been saving ammunition. Nouns, adverbs, and prepositions were all I ever had to reach your heart. There's a passageway up in my brain that no one knows about. And I walk through to come see you when I'm feeling down and out. Your smile is like the sun to me through the mist of Monterey. Monterey, California. Those were the days. She never mentions the word addiction in certain company. Yeah, she'll tell you she's an orphan after you meet her family. This one goes out to my buddy Jay Bolin in the Gravel Road. Paints her eyes as black as the night now. Pulls those shades down tight. Yeah, smiles when the pain comes. Because the pain gonna make everything alright. That's right. Yeah, she says she talks to angels. She calls them out by their names. Yeah, she says she talks to angels. She says they all know her name. She don't need no lover, none that I ever seen. And to her ain't nothing, but to me, yeah, me, yes, and it means everything. She carries a lock of hair in her pocket and wears a cross around her neck. Yeah, that hair is from a little boy, and the cross is someone that she has not met. Not yet. But she says she talks to angels. She calls them out by their names. Yeah, she says she talks to angels. She says they all know her name. Well, there's a passageway up in my brain and no one knows about. And I walk through to come see you when I'm feeling down and out. Your smile is like the sun to me through the mist of Monterey. Monterey, California. Those were the days. Yo. It's too cute. Put the camera on it. Put the camera on it. Can you do it? Don't touch the camera. Just touch the arm you got. Yeah, yeah. This is, you guys, this, for those of you who have never met my dog, this is my beautiful little Oma. She's been so cute and wonderful this whole time. And that's amazing because 8 times out of 10 she just wants to eat people's faces, but for some reason her and Cosine seem to get along.
Up a little, Donnie?
Up a little.
Not bad, Donnie.
I know. Maybe Donnie should
that
be our
was not
camera
bad,
guy.
Donnie. I'm really impressed with your camera skills right now.
That's called blind luck. Blind luck, emphasis on blind.
Blind as a bat, motherfucker.
I am dark and you are light. You are blind as a bat and I have sight. I know, not appropriate. Are they? I mean, we could do a whole piece.
Margaret has requested chapters. So has Shelley.
Oh, wow. Okay. Let's get to it.
Hi,
Hi,
Margaret,
Margaret.
by the way.
We miss
love
you.
We miss you.
I think you should just come and join the quarantine crew, Margaret.
I agree. She is supposed to be
I don't know if you could hear that. Cosine just said you're supposed to be here anyways. Okay, so what else? Because I wasn't paying attention. What else do we have requests?
That's pretty much. So now we're at the time where we're accepting requests.
We're accepting requests.
Request is
Lisa
accepting
Landry.
request. Now no. So if you guys have requests, throw them up there, and we'll try to play them for you.
Oh, all right. So what's next on the top?
Mama said, "Knock you out," says Ashley
Who
Larson.
did that one? Ashley Larson. All right, Ashley. Now you brought it up, so I'm going to tell the story. Ashley came to me one time and she said, "Hey, I've got tickets to a show. Do you want to go?" And I didn't know what the show was. I just said yes because I thought she was really cute and I wanted to hang out with her. And then I found out that it was a Five Finger Death Punch show. And Volbeat was on the bill. Hell Yeah was on the bill. And as an old school metalhead, I'm not supposed to like new metal, so I went into it not wanting to like them, but also wanting to like Ashley. And then we saw the show, and I got to tell you, they changed my mind. It was amazing stage performance, amazing stage production. It was out of this world, and I'm so grateful to her for taking me to that show. But arguably my favorite part of the whole experience was that we were on the way home, and she said, "Man, I think my favorite song is Mama Said Knock You Out." And I was like, "Yeah, that's a really good cover." And she was like, "Wait a second, that's a cover song?" She had never heard the LL Cool J version, which I have to admit we listened to on the ride home, and it sounded dramatically anticlimactic compared to the throwdown drop C metal version. That. What, you got something to say?
Well, I was going to come in with some more requests.
Yeah, we do have a lot
Okay,
of
so
them.
we
I'm
have
getting sidetracked.
Rocky
I'm sorry.
Raccoon.
Bushes of
We
Love.
wanted some
Sheep Go to Heaven.
Fleetwood Mac.
Fleetwood Crack. All right. All right, I'll tell you what. You're going to call the shots. Let's do this because you just saw a bunch of them and you'll remember them. So why don't I start with one, and then you call the next one out of the requests that we just did, yes?
Okay.
But not Ballad of Han Solo because I hate that song.
That has been requested like 4 times.
Donnie calls Five Finger Death Punch Five Finger Donkey Punch because he's what
Zoe! Hi, my love.
morons
I
like
love
to
you.
call an intellectual.
I love you. Your poems are amazing.
All right, what do you think?
Oh, and Business Time is requested as well. All right, this goes out to Sean Spring. We miss you. I love this tune. I just got into cake recently, so this is for you. Well, I'm not feeling all right today. No, I'm not feeling that great. I'm not setting on fire today. Love has started to fade. Well, I'm not gonna smile today. No, I'm not gonna laugh. You're out living it up today, and I got dues to pay. Well, the grave digger puts on a forceps, and the stonemason does all the work. The barber can give you a haircut, and the carpenter will take you out to lunch. Oh yeah, well I just wanna play on my panpipes. Yeah, I just wanna drink me some wine. As soon as you're born, you start dying, so you might as well have a good time. Oh yeah, 'cause sheep go to heaven, goats go to hell. Sheep go to heaven, and goats go to hell. Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh no.
Yeah! Yeah!
Well, I don't wanna go to Sunset Strip. No, I don't wanna feel the emptiness. Old marquees with stupid band names. I don't wanna go to Sunset Strip. I don't wanna go to Sunset Strip. I don't wanna feel the emptiness. Gold marquees with stupid band names. I don't wanna go to Sunset Strip while the grave digger puts on a forceps and the stone mason does all the work. The barber can give you a haircut, and the carpenter will take you out to lunch. Oh yeah, well I just wanna play on my panpipe. Well I just wanna drink me some wine. As soon as you're born you start dying, so you might as well have a good time. Oh yeah, sheep go to heaven and goats go to hell. Sheep go to heaven and goats go to hell. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right.
All right.
Oh no. Yeah! Ravioli, lots of ravioli, ravioli, lots of fun to eat. Do I find it in my hair?
Yes, you find it in your hair.
In my hair?
In your hair.
In my hair. Oh, ravioli, lots of ravioli, ravioli, lots of fun to eat. Do you find it in the camper?
Yes, you find it in the camper.
In the camper.
In the camper.
In the camper. Oh, ravioli, lots of ravioli, ravioli, lots of fun to eat. Do I find it on my taint?
I hope you don't find it on your taint.
It's a lonely night.
It always is.
I'm gonna get down with my ravioli, lots of ravioli, ravioli, lots of fun to eat, preferably not from someone's lonely night. I don't know who asked for that one, but you made a big mistake there.
Who do you think asked
Oh
for
my
that
God,
one?
Sean Leonard, of course. All right, I'll tell you what. I know, he's asking for all the hits. Oh, yeah, Ashley's got some good ones. Okay, I love this whole medley. There's one that you... What did Griffin ask for? Griffin gets whatever he wants. Griffin said Fleetwood Mac?
Griffin's roommate said Fleetwood Mac.
Motherfucker.
And Rocky Raccoon.
Yeah, let her rip it, dude. I mean, I appreciate you asking. Thank you. I didn't mean to give you attitude. No. Go out. So we got a little maniac of a dog over there. Thanks, Coase. She's been chewing her own paws off while we've been doing this thing, which is surprisingly patient of her. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's. Should we try the Stevie Nicks thing? Unless there's
We
one
can try the Stevie
you
Nicks
could
tune.
do one. There's one you can do.
No, I think it's more fun the one we do together.
All right, but it's always like maybe a 40% chance I'm going to get it right.
I never play any song right, so it's perfect.
Also, I got
You got a hangnail? You got to your nails?
No, they're like, I've been letting them grow. So funny, everybody's so stressed
Isn't that funny?
out.
It's so interesting when you... I always know if I haven't played guitar in a little bit because my nails are long.
I'll tell you what, let me clip my nails. You give them a quick one.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, trust me, it's going to work out great. You guys, Jenny for a song.
We're all caught up. All right, so this one goes out. Well, Griffin, who basically has been... How do you describe Griffin?
How do I describe Griffin?
Genius. Philanthropist.
Billionaire.
Billionaire. An amazing singer of Wolfsmith. This amazing band. All we've been listening to is this guy's music. Anyways, he asked his roommate, I guess, asked for this. So. I took my love, then I took it down. I climbed a mountain, I turned around. And I saw my reflection in a snow-covered hill, and the landslide brought me down. Oh, mirror in the sky, what is love? Can the child within my heart rise above? And can I sail through the changing ocean tides? Can I handle the seasons of my life? Well, I don't know. 'Cause I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I built my life around you. Yeah, but time makes you bolder, and children get older. I'm getting older too. 'Cause I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I built my life around you. Every time makes you bolder, and children get older. I'm getting older too. Yeah, I'm getting older too. So take my love and take it down. If you climb a mountain and you turn around, and if you see my reflection in a snow-covered hill, well, maybe will the landslide bring you down? Oh, the landslide will bring you down. Well, Tony's back. So this is the Happy Camper Show. Oh my gosh.
If anybody would like to
Maria,
donate a
you're
new
so-
camper
so
that's not
sweet.
3 by 3 feet, that would be
I
much
know.
appreciated.
Honestly, I'm
Oh, I'm sorry, Jenny.
no, it's good.
I did it 40% on purpose.
I also want to say that Teddy, aka Blake, said he requests a shot.
Let's be clear about this. There's Blake, who is the human being,
But the
and then
beard
there's
is Teddy. I know.
Teddy, which is what he named his beard. It's like somebody who names their junk the Octagon.
The Octagon.
It's a whole different reference that you don't even want to know about.
I don't get it.
It's from the Anchorman. I once used a line in the Anchorman to goad a guy into fighting me. He called me up on the phone and talked all this shit. So I said, listen, here's the address. I'm sitting by the fire. Come down and see me because I'm going to take your mother, Dorothy Mantooth, out for a nice seafood dinner and never call her again. He didn't show up.
I have a real big question. Is Tim Pullen like Big Tim?
Yeah.
Big Tim and
Yeah.
Celeste? That's who's been chiming in this whole time? Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, they are two of the nicest people that we ever met in Killington.
Yeah, Tim, there's always room for you anywhere I am. If I'm living in a cardboard box, I'll build I'll build a, what do they call that? An addition. I'll make an addition just for you guys, and we'll whoop it up in a fucking shanty somewhere. I'd like to. I hope you would also. I'm looking at this like I'm talking to them, but they're really over here, but your message is over here. This is very confusing.
Cheers, guys.
Can we take a little Archer and play a Martin Sexton song for Tim?
Yes, we can.
I just want to commemorate because this was so up in Killington, Vermont, where we met. You know, it's why I just did one. What are you trying to get me drunk?
Yes.
Up in Killington, Vermont, where we met. You know, it's a resort town, so you get a lot of cover bands up there, and that's all fun. But you know, it tends to mean that some of the more esoteric material that we love or original stuff that we've written is not as interesting to some of the people that hang out up there. So I was playing one day, and so what happens as a musician is that you play as many requests as you can, but you also, you know, you have to cater to your own sanity. So sometimes you'll do one. I say I'm doing this for myself. You know what I mean? It's just a.
Thanks, Sean.
I just feel like I'm still doing it. So I went into this Martin Sexton tune not expecting anyone to love it, and here is this mammoth specimen of human that lost his shit within the first couple of notes of the song, and that was when I knew we would be kindred spirits.
Yeah.
So that being said, you know what? Actually, I think this one will go well into some of the other requests that we got here. I was thinking of a different song, but you know what? Let's lighten the mood a little bit. So this one goes out to my buddy Big Tim and his beautiful, beautiful lady Celeste. I love and miss you guys dearly.
We love and miss you.
Well, I was a fool. I was so much younger then. The night she took me by surprise. I should have known all the trouble that I'd be in, but then she hooked me with those eyes. Her drink was gin and she said tonight was never gonna end. Her love weighed so heavy on my mind. You see, she was the living lover of a drummer that I called my friend. She weren't nothing but a gypsy in disguise. Yeah, gypsy woman, how'd you do that to me? Gypsy woman, you stole my heart and then you set me free. Gypsy woman, how you learn to love like that? Gypsy woman, come on back, child. Spending my wages on roses and on wine. We'd ride for days and we'd dance the nights. All the things that we could do in my OVW. The city lights never seemed so bright from the reservoir. And my friends, they would warn me. They'd say she's one fickle queen. You better get while the getting is good, my friend, yeah. Yeah, beside the old drummer man's looking, and he's so big and bad and mean. But what I didn't know then is what I know too well. She played me like a violin, yeah. Gypsy woman, how you do that to me? Gypsy woman, you stole my heart and then you set me free. Gypsy woman, how you let it love like that? Gypsy woman, come on back. Was that before or after you started spanking your leg? Who's your favorite baseball team? Is it the Red Sox or the Spankies? Yeah, me too. So start wearing purple, wearing
Hey,
purple.
Shoofy, I love you.
Start wearing purple for me now. All your sanity and wits, they will all vanish, I promise. It's just a matter of time. I knew you when you were a 20. I was 20, and I thought that so many years from now, a perfect purple little lady will be perfect for such an old and useless clown. Oh, yeah, hey, start wearing purple, wearing purple.
La 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 la.
Start wearing purple for me now. All your sanity and wit, they will all vanish, I promise. It's just a matter of time. Oh, yeah. Is that from you or just the clock? So Griffin and Josh, if you guys are watching, Jenny noticed that there's 3 minutes left in the show. Do you mind if we go overtime a little bit? Because there's a few more songs that I'd like to play in this request list. Some sign, a text, a message, perhaps a smoke signal from Cambridge, where Gigabit lives. We've invaded their airwaves, and they've polluted your ear holes with everything that we've brought to the table tonight, which God knows what that means. But all right, unless they tell us. I know, I saw it. I love it.
That's
so
my favorite
into it.
request, Shane, that I've gotten on.
Well, if you're feeling kind of stressed out, 'cause it's nervous to be in the pandemic, just tune in here every Thursday to the Happy Camper, and we'll show you something. It's not our junk, but it's going to be epic when you start wearing purple, wearing purple.
La 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 la.
Start wearing purple for me now. All your sanity and wit, they will all vanish, I promise. It's just a matter of time. So yeah, do that. Start wearing purple, wearing purple. La 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 la. Start wearing purple for me now. All your sanity and wit, they will all vanish, I promise. It's just a matter of time. So won't you start wearing some purple? Why don't you start wearing some purple? Our good friend Kimmy over there, she's wearing purple. My buddy's Donnie's nuts have been so purple for years and years on end, even before he went to prison. So won't you start wearing some purple for me now? Now, this feels like an opportune moment to let you guys know that as of midnight tonight, my good buddy Donnie will be the tender age of 133. He's having a birthday that, as far as we know, is tomorrow, but I think that's a made-up number because he was really adopted and his parents didn't even love him. But he found his way to this quarantine crew, this ridiculous family that we got up here on the mountain. And Donnie, I just want to say I love you, and I wish you the happiest of birthdays. And this is a song that I wanted to dedicate to you because of what happened years ago when you came into 4th Street. Donnie doesn't know how to knock on doors or ask permission for anything. So he came in the house one day, and without knocking, he walked right in the front door, came on upstairs, and without knocking on my bedroom door, he came barreling in while I was taking care of business, if you know what I mean, getting the poison out, saying hello to my favorite sock. And when he did that, I'm shameless, but I expected him to react and, maybe even freak out a little bit. But instead, while I got my junk in my hand, he looks me square in the face and says, "What are you doing?" Donnie, we've been friends such a long, long time. And now I'm ready to lay it on the line. Well, it ain't Christmas and your butt is open wide. Got to get those fucking chili dogs you ate for dinner out of your mind. A gift real special, Donnie. Just come over here. Take off the top. Take a look inside. It's my dick in a box. I'm not gonna get you a diamond ring. That kind of gift don't mean anything. I'm not gonna get you a fancy car. Donnie, got to know that you're my shining star. I'm not gonna get you a house in the hills. A dude like you needs something real. Take a look inside. It's my dick in a box. Yeah, yeah. It's a dick in a box. A dick in a box. Yeah, yeah. It's a dick in a box. Oh, Donnie, it's in a box. See, Jenny's wise enough to know she ain't showing you those titties.
Never.
It's never gonna happen. Never gonna see those bitties. But you can keep dreaming and keep touching yourself. Cause we all know that you need serious psychological help. So all you fellas out there with ladies to impress, it's easy to do. Just follow these steps. 1, you cut a hole in the box. 2, put Donnie's junk in the box. 3, get him to open the box. And that's the way you do it. A dick in a box. A dick in a box, girl. It's a dick in a box. Yes, Donnie, I just called you a girl. Christmas, a dick in a box. Hanukkah, a dick in a box. Donnie's birthday, a dick in a box. Every single holiday, a dick in a box. Over at your parents' house, a dick in a box. Midday at the grocery store, a dick in a box. Right here at the Happy Camper, it's a dick in a box. Just please go wash your hands. Oh, Donnie, please wash your hands. I don't know, actually, Celeste. That's a good question. So, Donnie, Celeste wants to know if you're circumcised or uncircumcised.
Oh my God.
I don't know is the answer to that question. That is the wrong answer to that question. I think you might be. It's original. I've never heard anybody say they didn't know. Yeah.
I'm a purple helmet warrior.
Okay, so Cozy,
So
I
this is
appreciate you.
probably-
So the Peanut Gallery over here is chiming in because they don't know we have a live feed of all of these messages right here.
There's
So just to Cozy, no, you see, don't get me wrong. I'm not giving you shit because I appreciate your interest in trying to help us. But the thing that you should know by now after 20 years of friendship is there's no helping us.
It's really funny. In that, I don't know if she's still listening. She probably tuned off because of the content of that song. But my choir teacher from high school was just
Get outta
listening.
here.
Yes, and then you went into Dick in a Box. I was like, no.
Yeah, so your choir teacher is
My
going,
choir
wow.
teacher's going, wow. So she screwed up her life.
Yeah.
Our fucking world.
This is what it's come to. It's come to this.
I love you, Spiro. If I doubt you're still listening, but I do love you. You're amazing.
See, here's the thing, Jenny, and I'm gonna talk to you true right now. Donnie, get the fuck out of the way of the camera, you asshole.
You are.
Yeah, you really are. We can see it right here. Jesus Christ. Yeah, he doesn't give a shit.
It's his birthday.
So, Jenny, let me tell you the truth. Now, here's the thing. Over the years, I've had a lot of different jobs. I think, I've been fired from a lot of places. But in every different job, somebody has always come out of the woodwork. And I'll get really excited. Somebody from childhood, and I'll be like, oh, my God, it's so good to see you. And no matter what that job is, somebody will always show up and go, oh, this is what you're doing now? Like, it doesn't matter what your job is or how good it is. I was a deli guy, and the humanities woman from the local community college said, oh, it's come to this. I was a bartender, and one of my childhood teachers came in and said, oh, it's come to this. I'm a singer online, and my high school idol is like, oh, yeah, well, that's what you're doing, is it? My point is, it's never good enough. And if your choir teacher doesn't see your talent and your value, then I say.
Well, she does. I believe she does. I'm gonna message her later.
She got in the way of that one.
I have to protect. No. Please.
Is that her, Stacey Dodd?
No, Stacey Dodd is one of my heroes of all time. Stacey Dodd, Jen Yolnick, and Spiro are three of the most influential women I've ever met in my life.
Okay. Well, apparently we have the word from the boys.
She's still listening, though. Stacey, who is from Emma, said she's still listening.
Stacey, buckle up, and anybody else from Jenny's childhood. I'm not censoring myself on your account, so, we're here for a good time, not a long time, as they say. Jenny, I feel like I've been bogarting the mic a little bit. Is there a request we can do you'll sing?
Can I play that you play the bass for one?
I would love to play some bass, absolutely.
So I don't know if Shane Barrett's still listening, but this is one of my favorite songs. So I have...
Mine too.
I have an onslaught of female heroes of mine besides Stacey, Spiro, and Jen. Is Ani DeFranco, Indigo Girls, and Sinead O'Connor. There's just something about those women that just the badassery and their power and their influence and their just amazingness is awesome. So this next tune is a Sinead O'Connor song that I fell in love with. Actually, Tony's sister introduced me to Sinead O'Connor.
Not to be fucked with. Watch your ass over
so,
here, Jenny.
Watch my.
Remember, we got a sidewind it?
I forgot about the sidewind.
We're going to bass configuration. If this was the Star Trek Starship Enterprise, we'd be doing a saucer separation. Awareness.
You want a chord?
No, play your shit. Go play.
This is the last day of our acquaintance. I'll meet you later in somebody's office. I'll talk, but you won't listen to me. 'Cause I know your answer already. 'Cause I know you don't love me anymore. You used to hold my hand when the plane took off. 2 years ago, there just seemed so much more. And I don't know what happened to our love. Today's the day our friendship has been stale, and we will meet later to finalize those fucking details. 2 years ago, the seed And since then you've taken me for granted. 'Cause this is the last day of our acquaintance. Whoa. And I'll meet you later in somebody's office. Whoa. And I'll talk, but you won't listen to me. Whoa. 'Cause I know your answer already. Whoa. 'Cause this is the last day of our acquaintance. Whoa. And I'll meet you later in somebody's office. Whoa. And I'll talk, but you won't listen to me. Oh, 'cause I know your answer already. Oh, 'cause I know your answer already. That's a little Sinead O'Connor for you. A little out of tune guitar and bass. Sinead O'Connor tune. I feel like she would still love it. Mike and Liz. Hey, loves.
Lonesome Friends of Science?
Lonesome Friends of Silence.
Nope.
Science.
But it sounds perfectly appropriate if you're a friend of science these
And he
days.
sent me a picture of, right after you played Dick in a Box, Mike sent me a picture of a box with a hole on it, with a hole in the side.
Dear sweet Jesus.
For my birthday.
For your birthday? Oh, dude, I can't wait. I can't wait to see some of the stuff Donnie gets for his birthday. If there was a way for me to post some of the shit that he sends me, I'm going to figure that out for next week. Listen, you guys are going to get a crash course on the Apocalypse crew, the quarantine crew, because it's a cast of characters that I got to be honest with you. You really have to be prepared to say, fuck it. Yes, I will go to prison for the rest of my life in order to hang out with people like this. But here's the thing. Don't fuck with old people, because the older we get, the less a life sentence really means.
That's funny.
Wearing an orange jumpsuit.
Yeah, Donnie's a seasoned veteran. I'm pretty sure I'll be tucked away somewhere, nice and uncomfortable at some point soon. Have you guys seen Google? It's like coming in with like, do you have friends that are sick? Just like you're fucking around on your phone playing
Yes,
a
I
game,
did
and then
get
all of a
that.
sudden
I
it's like,
did.
do you have friends that are sick? Yes or no?
Yes.
And then I haven't clicked anything. I get the hell out of there
Do
because
they
that
mean
freaks me out.
emotionally sick or?
Oh, Jenny. No, you're right. No, she's right. She knows I was going to conspiracy theory corner. Nobody wants that.
No, you can go to conspiracy theory, Corey. Are you kidding?
All right, who's been paying attention to the request? Because we have a few. Fucking Jenny. What do you think?
It's all good. The one who got away?
Oh, that's never gonna happen. To be honest with you, I wrote that song about a girl I don't even like. But no, I could play it. I'll tell you what. We'll take a look at that tune because it was a pretty sort of song. Dave, I appreciate you tuning in. Dave Hughes, for those of you who don't know Dave, he has finally mastered. I reached out to him recently. He started his own home brew a few years back, and apparently he's got his shit together. Dave, send me I'll tell you what. Let's do a trade. I'll learn that song for next week if you ship me on over like a case of your finest ale. Okay. Well, in the interim, yeah. Of course, it's Ray Ray. Let's stop catering to Ray Ray because she feeds on attention. She's like a T-Rex.
Is that Johnny Green? Is that
It
what Jonathan
really
Green
is.
means? Oh.
So what the fuck does Cheryl mean? Is that a song?
I think he's probably commenting on someone else going, Cheryl.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know.
She is my everything. Lorna.
Who said that?
Lorna, of course she comes in with the
Lorna
beautifulness.
Lorna gets whatever the fuck she wants. I would love to play that song, Lorna. Haley, you got some good ideas there, too. I'm not afraid to do it. Shall we just take a walk through a couple of tunes for you guys? What do you say?
I say yes. Dave said he's sending you some beer.
Yes! Dude, I'm so down.
Do I know
can't wait to
Dave?
taste your beer. No, you've never met Dave.
Oh.
Okay, so Brian, it's great to see you too. Thanks for tuning in. Let's be in touch. Let's talk this weekend. This one, who requested this one? She's my
Lorna.
Lorna Dollery, of course. Buttons, I used to call her. Yeah. All right, this one goes out to Lorna and Seth.
That was cute, Haley. Mad Max. Miss you guys.
She is my everything. From her suntan shoulders down to the freckles on her wedding ring. Her feet are so warm, they can melt the snow in the early spring. She is my everything. She goes just about everywhere. From Copenhagen to make an Asian bacon down in Texas Square. I'd like to drive a Cadillac the color of her long black hair. She goes just about everywhere. And kisses that come all the way from China kind of remind her of memories of Spain. And if I get lost, you can always find her standing right beside me in the rain. She uses Everready batteries to keep her electrical appliances going steady. She can do 14 things at once and then her phone will ring. She is my everything. Now she knows just about everybody, from Muhammad Ali to teaching Bruce Lee how to do karate. She can lead a parade while she's putting on her shades in her Maserati. She knows just about everybody. Kisses that come all the way from China kind of remind her memories of Spain. And if I get lost, you can always find her standing right beside me in the rain. Oh, she is my everything. I wake up in the morning, that's when the birdies start to sing. I hear her voice, I tell you boys, I forget everything. She is my everything. She is my everything. Yeah, look out now. Now that we got that out of the way, I want to tell you guys a story. This is a true story about me and Jenny Porter.
Yep.
You see, a long time ago, we were hitchhiking up a dirty, salty access road. Nikki Fronback, your timing is imperfect. Nikki, I got a bone to pick with you. You left Bud Light Lime in my fridge. If it was anybody else, I would have taken it outside, dumped it in a hole, crapped in that hole, and filled it in with dirt. But since it's you, I allowed there to be Bud Light Lime in my fridge for. This is our only other Apocalypse quarantine crew member.
Nikki.
The beautiful Nikki. I'm so glad you showed up, Mama.
Beautiful Nikki.
Now, back to the story at hand. There we were, hitchhiking up a dirty road, when all of a sudden there shined a shiny demon in the middle of the road. And she said, play the best song in the world, or I'll eat your souls. So me and Jenny, we looked at each other, and we each said, okay. And we played the first thing that came to our heads, just so happened to be, it was the best song in the world. It was the best song in the world. Look into my eyes and it's easy to see, 1 and 1 make 2, 2 and 1 make 3. It was destiny. Once every 100,000 years or so, and the sun doth shine, and the moon doth glow, and the grass doth grow. Needless to say, the beast was stunned. A whap crack with your swoopy tail, and the beast was done. He asked us, be here, angels? And we said nay. We are but men. Rock. This is not the greatest song in the world. No. This is just a tribute. We couldn't remember the greatest song in the world. No. This is a tribute.
The greatest song in the world. Alright.
It was the greatest, it's the greatest motherfucking, it's the greatest song in the world.
Dude.
Dude.
Dude. Dude.
You gotta give him the old psycho peepers, Jenny. Give him the psycho peepers.
I can't do them on command.
Only when you do a shot.
Oh, in that case, I can do that. Cheers, guys. Thanks for hanging out.
So we played the greatest song of the world. I'm talking about Tribute. For the kids.
All right, under here. Not like
No, just whip it over here. We're doing a little contest here in the Happy Camper of the more expensive the equipment you break when you throw us a nip bottle, the bigger insurance claim you win.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Which, by the way, is a consequence-free game because this is all totally uninsured. Well, I got to tell you guys, we've had a good time on this beautiful, balmy Thursday night. And by balmy, I mean it snowed up here.
Happy
We have
birthday.
icicles coming down on the Happy Camper. But we're
Thanks,
still nice
Nikki.
and warm and cozy inside. Here's cheers to the quarantine
Quarantine
crew. Somebody say happy birthday, Donnie! Ooh, butterscotch.
Wow.
So appropriate for your birthday. Do you remember the Werther's original commercial? The Werther's original commercial where there's a grandpa and his grandson sitting on a hillside watching the sun come down, and the sun finally sets behind the hills, and the grandson goes, "Do it again, Grandpa."
God.
Happy birthday, you sick son of a bitch. I love you. I love you to death. With friends like these, who needs herpes? So, I think we should play maybe a couple more tunes, and then I'm going to go get shit-faced with my buddy.
Yep.
Oh, Brooke Hubley. Brooke, hey, I haven't seen you since Christmas, and I want to tell you, you were absolutely clutch. I ran into Brooke at Walmart, and I was shopping Christmas Eve for my family. It was the first time in maybe my entire adult life, which is a sad state of affairs given that I'm 41. First time in my entire adult life that I actually had a couple of bucks to buy Christmas presents with. So where do I go on Christmas Eve but Walmart? And I'm looking around. I just go, you know how you have your habits. So I go to the electronics section like I always do. I start looking through the discount DVD bin, and I'm like, why can't I find anything for my mother and my sister? And just when I'm getting frustrated, here comes Brooke Hubley, and I'm like, hey, how you doing? Yeah, how you doing? What are you up to? Well, I'm shopping for my mom and my sister. And she's like, why would you shop for them here? What the hell kind of brother/son are you?
You're a great brother.
So she pointed me in the right direction. She sent me where to go and told me what to get. And I got to tell you, Brooke, everything you recommended, I did it all, and it was a huge hit. I even ended up giving my own mom a foot massage, and she was just in heaven. Mom, if you're watching, Brooke Hubley is she's responsible for our happy Christmas this year. So thank you, Brooke.
And hi, Dave. I guess we have met. Good to see you. I'm going to have to
It's
look
all
up
a
your
little-
pictures
It's all a
later.
little fuzzy.
Say hey.
All right, I got like 2-3 more songs in me tops. What's it going to be? If you guys want to hear a song, now's the time. Get to those keyboards.
Throw it in.
What should we do? We're going to do a couple more songs, and then you're not going to hear from me for a few days.
Celeste is a beautiful
First of all,
woman.
Celeste is arguably one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen.
Yeah,
And
she's a goddess.
yeah, she found my good buddy
Literal
Big
goddess.
Tim, and it's like a
Both
match
of them
made
are
in
lucky.
heaven.
Both of
so
them are
I love
lucky.
these two. All right, should we give a request to Donnie? What do you want to hear? Yeah.
This is for Donnie's birthday.
This one goes out to my buddy D-Bag.
I love when Donnie smiles big like that.
In constant sorrow all through his days. I am a man of constant sorrow. I seen trouble all my days. I bid farewell here to old Kentucky, the place where I was born and raised. The place where he was born and raised. Well, it's been 6 long years, yeah, and he's been in trouble for many years on earth I found. For I'm bound to ride out that northern railroad, and I have no friends to help me now. He has no friends to help him now. Well, you can bury me in some dark hollow for many years where I may lay. Maybe you will learn how to love another when you are sleeping in your grave. Donnie, when you're sleeping in your grave. Maybe your friends say, yeah, I'm just a stranger, and my face you'll never see no more. But there is one promise that is given, and I'll meet you on God's golden shore. He'll meet you on God's golden shores. He'll meet you on God's golden shore. He'll meet you on
God's golden
God.
shore.
I saw about it. No, Maria gets what she wants.
It's
First
her
of all,
birthday, right?
we took a trip over to Ireland a couple of years ago, and Maria and Marika, holy shnikes, these girls blew my mind.
So fun. Best.
Basically, as far as I'm concerned, Maria gets what Maria wants, not only because it's going to be her birthday tomorrow, too,
Tony was
but
kind
also,
of in love.
I fell
I
in
think
love.
you
I
kinda
fell
got
in
a
love.
secret crush
I
on
fell in
Maria.
love. Maria, if you're watching.
No, Swedish.
Swedish, darling, Swedish. I don't even know. Okay, so what did she want? Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, Maria.
Yeah. Oh, Maria. Good people. It's Maria's birthday the same day as my buddy Donnie's birthday, and you know what that says
that's
to me?
interesting. Marika's birthday.
That says to me that it's actually not Maria's birthday at all, but it's actually Marika's birthday.
Wasn't it Maria's then 2 days ago?
Maria,
I feel
can
like
we
it's-
pretend it's your birthday? Because, not that I don't love Marika, because I do love Marika, but
We
I
do
already
love
started
Marika.
talking about it being your birthday, and I had this whole narrative in mind about all the sexy things I was going to do to you over the interwebs. And now it'll feel disingenuous if I start doing it to Marika. Unless maybe we could all just do like, we could all just get together for business. There's plenty of business for everybody
that's
to.
so funny.
What do you say we diversify our bonds? Listen, it's one of these motherfuckers' birthday. And that's how I know we're gonna make love. How do I know we're gonna make love? Because it's Thursday night. You can't go outside. You can't go see your friends. We got the quarantine crew in the happy camper. Conditions are perfect to take your pants off.
No.
Shall we put it to a vote? There's 6 of us. We're going to end up in gridlock, I think. Anyway, pretty soon.
Deanna, it's her birthday. Happy birthday, Deanna.
Jesus Christ,
Happy
how many
birthday!
fucking birthdays? No, first of all, that's not Deanna, that's Diana.
I can't read.
And I can't tell which of the two, Deanna or
Oh,
Diana.
there are. It's a Deanna and
No,
Diana.
I can tell the difference. I'm just talking. Jesus Christ. Okay, this is how we know it's time to call this fucking live stream a night, because everybody's chiming in like it's their birthday. But the problem is that it's everybody's fucking birthday.
Happy
Diana
birthday.
James, happy birthday to you, Mama. I miss you a great deal. Donnie, get the fuck out of the camera frame, because happy birthday. Actually, you know what? Get in the camera frame. This is my buddy Donnie. Surprisingly, he's very nimble and agile for a senior citizen. Pretty soon, he's going to say something sexy like, I ate too much fucking chili dogs. I gotta go crash out in the camper for a minute, fall asleep with my mouth open in the big recliner that I got in front of my TV. Cozy knows what you're trying to say, Donnie. You're trying to say, ooh, yeah. It's business time. It's my birthday time. It's business time.
Business time.
It's business. It's business time. He's trying to say, let's get down to business, Cozy. You know, I'm talking about business time. It's business. On my birthday. It's business time. Ooh. Next thing you know, Cozy's back in the camper. She's trying to brush her teeth. Talking about, get the fuck away from me, Donnie. Stop pressing that thing up into my lower back. It's all part of the foreplay. And then Donnie goes outside because he's got to dump the shit tanks. Rehook up a Blue Rhino for the propane. It's not part of the foreplay, but it is very important. And then he comes back into the camper. And it's been 28 degrees outside. And he's down to just his socks. And his old man junk has shriveled right up into his goddamn neck. You couldn't see it. It looks like he's got an innie, not an outie. But it doesn't matter because he turns it into a sexy dance. And Cozy says, do you want me to send you back to fucking prison? And I don't know what they got going on in that master bedroom. And I don't want to know. But I'll bet you, when Donnie's down to just his socks, you know what time it is. Oh, it's business time.
It's business time.
It's business time.
It's business time.
Well, it's business time.
It's business
Say business
time.
business time. Business time. It's business. It's business time. You know, when it's Donnie's birthday, it's time for business. That's why he's wearing business socks. It's business. It's business time. Ooh. I'm making love. I'm making love for two. I'm making love for 2 minutes. When it's with Donnie, you're only gonna get 2 minutes. And that's on a good day. Cozy told me one time, 2 minutes in heaven is better than 1 minute in heaven. And then she leans in and says something like, you motherfucker, is that it? Donnie knows what you're trying to say, baby. You're trying to say, ooh, yeah, that's it. And then you say you want some more. Donnie knows that this is a fantasy he's never going to see in real life. But you can rest easy tonight, Cozy, knowing that once he gets back to the camper and he sits down in that recliner, he will become quite sleepy. It's business. It's business time. Oh, Cozy business hours are over, baby. It's business. It's business time. It's Donnie's birthday and he'll be blowing it into a song. I think we all know that this represents a time for us to say goodnight. I want to thank all of you guys for tuning in tonight.
Thank you,
Please
guys.
visit Gigabit and log into their streams because they're putting up great music 6, maybe even 7 nights a week. Poor Griffin doesn't sleep.
Yeah.
He's either a meth addict, a cocaine head, or possibly just some kind of freaked out insomniac who would otherwise be wandering the streets. Either way, he is still at large, and so is Gigabit. And we want to thank you guys for having us tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in. Happy birthday, Donnie.
Happy birthday, Donnie.
Diana. Happy birthday, Marika.
Marika.
And I will see you guys next Thursday.
Yeah. The Happy Camper Show.
For the Happy Camper Show.
Yeah, thank you guys. We love you.
Not anymore. We're out of here.